Can you tell the difference between these two headsets here? These are both brand new headsets from Poly, and there is a difference between them. And in this video, we're gonna show you the differences and test out the microphone on both of these models. Of course, do our signature blender test so you can see how much noise canceling and how good your voice can sound with these headsets. We have the Voyager 4320 right here against the Poly Voyager Focus UC. They both are Bluetooth headsets that connect to your computers and your mobile phones, but ultimately, let's see how they compare. For those of you that are new here, my name is David. This is the channel Headset Advisor, where we review and compare all of the latest business headsets, speakerphones, and webcams. So hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. All right, now I'm gonna put up on the screen here the technical specs of both of these headsets. Now, you can put pause on this video and take a look at all the detail for yourself, but really the big difference from the 4320 to the Focus UC is that active noise cancellation feature. And that really helps you zone in your calls. So if you have a lot of noise and wherever you're working, you're gonna wanna consider the Voyager Focus 2. But now let's get into some of the testing so you can hear and see for yourself how these headsets compare. Let's take a close-up look on both these headsets to see how they compare. Now looking at the side of the headset, you have both your volume decrease and increase, as well as your answer and end button. And on the microphone boom, you have your mute buttons. They're both red on both the headsets. However, the microphone boom looks different, and I'm really curious to see how these microphones compare. So later on in this video, we're gonna compare the microphones with the blender test, and of course take them outside and see how it handles with wind and noises outside as well. So stay tuned for that. Now, just looking at the design, they're very, very similar. A lot of the same fit and finish, same cushions. Everything is pretty much the same except on the Voyager Focus 2. You have this stretchable cushion, which makes this headset extremely comfortable. And then with the 4320, you have this built-in cushion at the top, which is not as comfortable, but it's still extremely comfortable. And the weight of these headsets are almost identical. You have like 0.3 or 0.4 ounces more for the Voyager Focus 2, but you get that extra active noise cancellation. So you're going to be able to focus in on your calls more with that electronic feature that's just blocking out the background noise. And as you tell, there's an extra button on this headset. This is to activate your active noise cancellation feature to level 1 or level 2. So you have a couple of adjustments there. And then you have your on and pairing button. Same thing with the 4320. You don't have the ANC feature, you just have the on and pairing button. And then one key element that I want to point out here real quick is if you look at the charging port at the bottom of each of these, the Focus UC actually uses a micro USB port, whereas the 4320 utilizes a USB-C port. And I think it's because the technology is moving so quickly to USB-C. The biggest complaint that we got, or comments we got on this review that we did of the Focus 2 was that it uses micro USB port. So that's kind of fading out, and the USB-C port, of course, when plugging in USB-C, you can plug it in upside down, right side up. So it makes it a little easier to connect, which is always appreciated. And of course, the data transfer speed is a lot faster. Now, one other thing that they did with the 4320 is that it's interchangeable with the charging base of the Voyager Focus 2. So no matter what headset you have, you can utilize the charging base with either headset. So if you have a lot of these headsets in your office combination, you can use the charging base with either model. And same thing with the USB dongle that they use the BT700. It's all the same on both these headsets, which with this new dongle, they got extra wireless range. So it's 20 to 30% further. So typically I get about 50 with a typical Bluetooth headset, and even the predecessing models of both of these headsets, now you get like 70 or 80 feet of wireless range when you're actually in an office. So you can get longer wireless range and more headsets in a more dense location. But let's get to the fun stuff on this video. Let's get them plugged into the computer and start testing out the speakers and the microphones so you can hear for yourself how well these headsets sound. All right, so now we have them plugged into the computer. It's very simple. Just plug in that USB dongle, turn on the headset, and they're automatically pre-paired. So they're both very simple and easy to get paired up to your computer. Now, regarding the speakers of both these headsets, I typically test them on a microphone, but a lot of the feedback from you out there has been that you can't really distinguish through the microphone on the speakers. So I'll just describe them. My personal opinion is that they both sound identical. If I were to take these apart, check out the speakers, I would bet that they are exactly the same speakers and they produce a very similar output. So at least to my ears, they sound identical. So what we're going to do next is test out the microphone in a variety of formats. So stay tuned for that. But before we do that, make sure you know that both these headsets are available on our website. Check out the links in the video description. And if you're interested in either of these headsets, make sure you use coupon code YouTube, all one word. That's going to get you the best discount possible on these headsets. That helps support this channel and we really greatly appreciate it. And of course, if you have any questions, make sure you put it down in the comment section. We look at all the comments and we'll help out. And of course, if you are looking for something, a different kind of headset or conference phone, we can certainly help you out with that. So reach out to us and we'd love to help you out. All right, so now let's get to testing out the microphone. All right, now this is the Poly Voyager 4320, and I'm going to switch back and forth between each of the models here so you can get a back-to-back comparison. So the microphone is being recorded directly through this headset here, and then we're going to switch over to the Voyager Focus 2, and then we're going to start blending in some noise tests and then really test out the performance of this microphone. All right, now this is the Poly Voyager Focus 2. This is with no background noise at all, so you're just hearing the microphone. And again, this is a different microphone than the 4320, so I'm really curious to find out how the performance of this microphone compares to the 4320. All right, now this is the 4320 with office noises going on in the background. I'm going to switch over to the camera mic. And then we're going to switch back to the 4320 here. So testing 1, 2, 3. This is with that office ambient noise. And you can look at the decibel reader and see how loud the decibel reader is going off right now. So that's what it sounds like with the 4320. All right, now this is the Poly Voyager Focus 2 with the same office noises going on in the background here. And I'll switch over to the camera mic. And then I'll switch back to the headset here. So this is the Voyager Focus 2 with that background noise. And this is how loud the decibel is. All right, now that gives you a good sample of the Focus 2 with the office environment type noises. All right, the audio is coming through the camera, and this is a dog barking test. Now we're going to switch to the 4320 here. So this is what the 4320 sounds like when you have extreme dogs barking. I know this is often requested and a new segment, so let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. But let's switch to the Focus 2. All right, this is dogs again with the camera mic. Now this is the Focus 2 UC here. So this is what it sounds like on the Focus 2 with a lot of dogs barking in the background here. So let me be quiet. It's about 77 decibels here. So this is what you can expect the Focus 2 to perform like with dogs barking in the background. All right, so this is going through the camera microphone now, and we're switching to the 4320. This is what the 4320 sounds like when you have a blender going on right next to you. Obviously an extreme example, but this is what it sounds like nonetheless. All right, now this is the Voyager Focus 2 UC with the blender going on right next to me. So this is what it sounds like when you're on the Voyager Focus 2 with a blender. It just happens if you're blending up a margarita or a smoothie. This is what the microphone would perform like. All right, now we're outside with the Voyager 4320, and there's probably some cars behind me here, and this is what the microphone sounds like. It's a blazing hot day, and the air quality is horrible because there's a lot of fires around us, but this is what it sounds like if you're somebody that's on the go. Now let's switch over to the Focus 2. All right, now this is the Voyager Focus 2. Now we're outside, and you can see there's cars coming on behind me here. It is a little bit windy out here, so we're going to see how this microphone performs in this environment here. But This is a headset that you can take with you on the go if you're a realtor, somebody on the, job site, that type of thing. This is what the microphone would sound like outside. All right, so what did you think of the microphones between each of these headsets? Which one sounded better to you? Was it the 4320 here with the longer microphone boom? Or was it the Voyager Focus 2 with the shorter microphone boom? Or did it make no difference? Put your thoughts in the comment section below. Would love to hear what you think about. Now, if you're just looking for a wireless headset that is good for the computer and your mobile phones, you really can't go wrong with either model here. The question I would be asking myself is, which one's best for me? And now that depends. Does budget matter? Because the price difference of the Focus 2 is about $100 increase. So is it worth the upgrade to the Voyager Focus 2? And that really depends. If you're in a scenario that you have a lot of noise going on around you, maybe you work from home and you have those barking dogs, have kids, or you work in an office and there's a lot of people around you, you probably will want that active noise cancellation feature that you can adjust through 2 settings. Just flip on that switch and eliminate a lot of that noise going on around you so you can really zone in on your phone calls, or just turn it on if you want to listen to music and really get into the zone on your work without the distractions around you. Now, if that's not you and noise isn't a concern, then you're going to want to consider the 4320. This is just, best bang for the buck on the 4320. It has a lot of great sound quality, good speakers, that awesome noise canceling microphone. It has that USB-C connection, and may I add that both of these headsets can be plugged in and used as a fully wired headset, where some headsets you just charge through the USB cable, so you don't have to worry about battery life in the future. You just plug in your cable and you're secure for the rest of the time. So that's kind of my difference between these. I would choose the Voyager Focus 2 if you got the extra funds and noise, but if not, if you don't have more noise going on in your environment, go with the 4320. Best bang for the buck for sure. And again, both these headsets are available on our website. Make sure you check them out in the video description below. Probably also on the card up here on this side of the screen here. And make sure you use coupon code YouTube, all one word. That gets you the best discount possible. And we really appreciate all of the support. And if you have any questions or want to find a better headset for you or your team, anything like that, please reach out to our team. We'd be happy to make a free recommendation for you. Love to do it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Both these headsets are great, but you may need to take your video calls to the next level, and you're going to need a webcam. Now, Poly does make a Poly P5 webcam. We did a full in-depth review, so if you like these headsets, you might like this video here about the Poly P5 webcam. It takes your videos to the next level rather than your built-in webcam or not having one at all. So that's all I got for you. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We will see you next time.